Welcome to You Are the Magic, the podcast that is supporting women across the world to claim their magic within. I am your host, Deb D, and it's my absolute delight to share with you some of the amazing women that I know who are living big lives and making magic happen. They will be inspiration for you. I'm also going to be sharing with you some solo episodes with a little bit more about my story, the magic that I'm activating, and how you too can ignite and activate the magic within you. Because I believe it to be true. I do believe that you are the magic. And I do believe that it's time for women to reclaim our magic, our intuitive leadership, and our unique gifts and talents so that we can be the wave of change that we know the world needs now. So join me in connecting to the magic in you, the magic of women, and let's share just a little piece of how that magic can be activated today. Welcome, my magic maker friend, to the final episode of 2024 for You Are the Magic. Today, you and I, it's just you and me and some reflection of the year that has been. But is it just you and me? No, it's not. For we're magic makers, which means everything we are doing, all the moves we are making, is a co-creation with the wonderful divine universe. Which means as we gather today in this moment to reflect on the year that has been, it's only fair that we invite the universe to play along with us. So settle in, my friends, for we're about to reflect on 2024 in maybe a way you haven't done before. It's you, me, and the universe. So as we begin a year, most of us will choose an intention, a goal, a wish, and some people will choose a word for the year. This is often what's happening, like even late December, it starts to brew, but definitely in January, there's a lot of hype around New Year resolutions. What are you working on for the year ahead? And this is all, beautifully designed to help us to focus on, well, what do you want? What do you want? And I want you to have what you want. In fact, I want you to want even more for yourself. But what happens is we begin the year with this want and we set out that intention, and then we skip forward into the year in the pursuit of getting what we want. And then fast forward to December, the moment that I'm in right now, because here I am, it's days before the winter solstice. The year is quickly rolling towards its completion. And I'm sitting in this reflection of the year that has been. And I'm connecting back to my want. What did I want at the beginning of 2024? And then what naturally arises is, did I get it? Which can be translated to, was I successful or did I fail? And that's very human. Let's just call it very human. We create this world where we either win or we lose. It's very binary often. But when we're playing with the universe, when we're co-creating with the universe, there's no binary. There's no win or lose. It's all just lessons and adventure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our reflection of the year and we're going to play with how the universe would invite us to reflect. So take a big deep breath now. Welcome in divine you, your higher I am presence, your full intuition online, your whole spirit tribe. Imagine that they're all here with you in this reflection. It's you, me, and the whole divine universe and all of the players that have been with you throughout the year. And together, we're going to reflect not on what you wanted, but what you received. So we begin each year with our want. And that want, we get colourful and creative with it. We start to create pictures and stories around what that want is going to look like, feel like, be like, how we might get it. And with the work that I've done with magic makers over the years, I would say there's the top 4 categories of wants of the human when we're making our wishes. We want love, we want money, we want health and wellness, and we want purpose and direction. So you probably began 2024 in one of these lanes. I mean, maybe you wanted something in all 4. That's very possible. Again, I want you to have everything that you want. But most likely, you wanted love, money, health and wellness, or a new sense of direction and purpose. I mean, it really is clear that as humans, we are working on expanding our love. We want to fall in love. We want to deepen love. We want to get married. We want to expand our families. Love, it's always turning up in our world. Money, it's always at play. It is the currency that we use in our lives to get what we want, to explore what we want to explore in the world. We need money as a currency. Our health and wellness, deeply important to how we turn up in the world. And this sense of purpose and direction, it really is vital for us as humans that we have this. So we all do set these intentions, and we're setting them all the time, actually, as we're co-creating with the universe. They're happening all the time. And then January rolls around and everyone's asking you, so what's your word for the year? Or what are you working on? What's your goal? What's your intention? What's your wish? And we naturally focus on what we want. So I'm going to invite you to do that now. Focus back to January 2024. And what did you want? Did you have a clear wish or intention, a goal or a word? What did you want? Now imagine that want is a ball. It's a ball that you would find in a kid's playground. And you've got your want in your hands. You step into the magical playground and you say, universe, this is what I want. And then you throw it into the playground. You are now in the game. You are now in your year. And you're very clear, this is what I want. The divine universe steps forward into the playground and says, oh, I'll play. I see your want. I'm going to catch that ball. And then I am going to take your want and return it to you with what you need. Returning to you with not necessarily what you want, but what you need. For this is true about our amazing universe. The universe can see much further down our magical journeys than we can. It can see what's aligning for us even beyond the year. So the universe knows, yeah, we may want that, but this is actually what you need. The universe can also see our blind spots. It can see our energetic patterns. And our universe is always on our side, always has your back. And so sometimes it's not going to give you directly what you want because it knows that that's actually not really what you need. And so we can get into this place where we think maybe the universe isn't playing along with us because we're not getting what we wanted. But what's possible if you allow this space of letting the want just settle and go quiet for a minute? We allow the whole I succeeded or failed narrative to just quieten down. I mean, if possible, delete it. And we now invite a reflection on our needs. What needs have been met this year? That is what the universe really wants to play with. Because, my friends, that's where your magic is expanding. In your needs that have been met, not your wants that have been achieved. So let's play. So I'm going to use myself and my want in January 2024 as a way of giving us some scaffolding around this idea. So I'm going to invite you and your whole spirit tribe, your higher I am presence, and your full human self to play along with me as we reflect with the universe, as we reflect as magic makers who are co-creating with the universe, which again, it's only fair, right? That we invite the universe in. So January 2024, I had a clear desire. I chose a word for 2024, and my word is actually, because I'm still in 2024 and still feeling it now, the word is free. In February, I turned 50, so I knew it was going to be a big year, and it has been a big year. But in January, I had this sense of wanting to set myself free. And that freedom turned up in lots of different wants. But I'm going to focus in on one that was probably the biggest in terms of energetic weight. I'm talking this want sat on the top of my shoulders like a heavy, heavy weight. What I wanted freedom from as I began this year was credit card debt. So there I am in one of those lanes. There's got love, money, health and wellness, purpose and direction. And I was very clearly in the lane of money. In 2021, I'd moved to the island of Tobago to start my new life with Smokey. We ended that year with getting married. So there's a whole heap of moving my life around in 2021. In 2022, there's the establishing of our home, applying for residency. In 2022, my sister Kathy was also in her final stages of her warrior journey with cancer. And so I spent a lot of resources in setting up the new home, aligning my life to the island, also returning to my home in Australia to see my sister Kathy. And then as 2022 ended, Kathy surrendered her cancer journey, surrendered her life. And so I began 2023 with actually flying home again to Australia. So all of this adds up to me beginning 2024 with some credit card debt that is sitting on my shoulders as a heavy weight. And I was not happy about it. I did not feel free. I felt bound by banks and interest rates. And it felt like I needed to get rid of this credit card debt before I could expand my business, before my island life could expand, before I could get busy doing all of the things that I wanted to do. It felt like this credit card debt was sitting right in the middle of my path and in my way. So I wanted freedom from credit card debt. Very clear intention. I'm standing in the playground, my hands are on the ball, and I throw it into the playground and I say, universe, I want freedom. And in particular, can you please help me get freedom from this credit card debt? Because that's what I want. Now, my friends, we are now here, close to the winter solstice, late December. Am I clear of credit card debt? No, I'm not. Have I cleared some of the debt? Yes. Am I proud of some of the debt that I have cleared? Yeah. Am I still sitting with some debt? Yes. So I could end this year upset about the fact that I didn't get what I wanted. I could make that choice, but I'm not going to, because as a magic maker, I know it's not just about my wants. It's also about what I need. And it's about this co-creative place where we play with the universe, and the universe is going to give you what you need, not always what you want. So let's now reflect on my year of freedom from credit card debt through the lens of the universe. Because the universe did step into the playground. It caught that ball and said to me very clearly, okay, let's play. You have set your intention. You want freedom from debt. So yes, my magic maker friend, freedom from debt was the play of the year. And this is what it looks like. Already stated, I'm still logging into my bank and seeing those numbers on that credit card. And yeah, they've gone down, but they're still there. But beyond seeing the numbers, beyond seeing whether I was successful in achieving that goal, the universe invites me to look at, feel into, and be with freedom and debt. So when I allow that space and I invite my intuition in, my inner wisdom, I invite the universe to show me what I can't see in the dark. This is what I see. I see that the universe has had my back all year long, and it has given me what I need, not just for this year, but for in all the years to come. For this is how freedom of debt has turned up for me. Now, the first layer is the actual credit card debt. Through working with those numbers and the money that comes and goes, the freedom I have found is in the freedom of the energetic charge around this money, this debt. Because I was seeing it at the beginning of the year as something I just needed to get rid of, which meant I had a whole heap of negative feelings about it. But what I have learned this year in freedom is I am so grateful for that debt. Because look at what it gave me. I now live here on the island with Smokey, and we've got a beautiful home with everything that we want and need here. We're so happy here. We are settled and happy here. And those moments when I had to click through the pay machine with the credit card to buy the bits and pieces that we needed to set up our home, thank you, credit card. Because now we live every day in a home that feels safe and secure, and we love it. We've got a sanctuary here that's ours. And in 2024, I have gone through waves of missing my sister Kathy, working through my grief of the loss of her earthbound has been a real part of my year. But not once this year did I regret not making it home to Australia to see her in her living days. Not once have I needed to regret the fact that I didn't make it on an emergency flight to get home in time for her funeral. I've never had that. I have been free from those feelings. And yeah, those 2 plane tickets to Australia, yeah, they cost a lot of money, which was on the credit card. So thank you, credit card, for getting me home to my family. Thank you for giving me those moments, those sweet, tender, powerful moments that I had with my sister in the last days of her life. And thank you for getting me on that flight so I made it home in time to be with my family, to help to prepare the celebration of my sister's life. I am free of any regret. And I am also free of feeling like this credit card is the enemy. That credit card and that debt, I have it because I was living my life. I was setting up my new life and I was honoring my family and my sister. So I am free from feeling like this debt is what's in my way. That debt is what helped me get on my way. And then, my friends, it goes deeper than that. And this is what I invite, like, stay with it. What was my intention? So for me, it's credit card debt and freedom from debt. For you, it might have been a health goal. I want to lose a certain amount of weight, or I want to begin committing to a yoga practice and building strength in my body, or I want to fall in love. And maybe, like me, you end this year and that hasn't actually happened. Maybe you don't have the body shape or health goal complete. Maybe you didn't fall in love. Or maybe, like me, that money is not exactly aligned with how you want it to look when you log into your bank. Whatever may be, let's deepen this reflection. Because I'm not only just free from the feeling, I'm also free now in so many ways around abundance and prosperity. And here's the real kicker, my value. My value. When I look back on 2024, I now see that I am free from undervaluing myself. That has turned up in so many ways this year. I was undervaluing my services in my business. I was undervaluing what I could give and provide and share. That was showing up for me. That wasn't helping me pay off the credit card debt. So you see, I threw the ball into the court, into the playground. The universe picks it up and says, oh, you want to get rid of that credit card debt? Well, it's actually not about the credit card debt. Let me show you what you need. You need, Deborah, to be grateful and appreciative for what you have. And you need to know you're just in early stages of developing your island life, developing your business. And you need to appreciate the fact that you were able to get to your family. Golden tick, I got that. But what else did I need? I needed to value myself in different ways. And that turned up in so many ways. That turned up in some key relationships where I noted through experience, through what people were sharing with me and how they were turning up in my world, that they weren't valuing me. And so I made the uncomfortable and painful choice to let some relationships go. Why? Because I was choosing to value me. The value's in me. If they can't see the value in me, then this isn't a good relationship for me to be in. And so we let go. I let go of the debt of feeling like I need to turn up for everybody. I also let go of the debt of feeling like I needed to ensure that everybody else was okay before I could be okay, and that my role in life was to play the second fiddle. I let go of that debt. I continued to invite myself to put myself at the top of the list. That, that wasn't easy. Again, that was uncomfortable. But I had this debt on my shoulder of I owe. I owe the people in Big Life Magic community. I owe my private clients. I owe my family. I owe my business. It wasn't just the credit card debt that I felt like I needed to pay off. I felt like I needed to pay forward in so many ways. And that wasn't true. That's just how I was energetically turning up. And so the universe says, okay, let me throw this ball back to you and I'm going to show you where your debt actually really is. Because when you can free that debt, then you will be free and all of the numbers will just align. And so I created this freedom over time from relationships that weren't actually aligned. I created freedom from my people pleasing, my over mothering, my feeling like I needed to give people more because maybe then they would value me. Oh, that was a big one. God, it feels even good just to say that. God, I feel free saying that. I'm enough. I'm high value. And I bring that in all of my exchanges, in all of my work. I can feel that now. I am anchored in that. That feels really good. Thank you, universe. I am also free from some of the narratives I had in my head that were keeping me small. I'm free from what was holding me back from being fully me. Like one of the things that I've done this year is rebranded Big Life Magic, which means I rebranded me. And I allowed myself to get up close and personal with the inner critics in my mind. Thank you so much to Magic Maker Tosca Di Matteo, who worked with me through my inner critics. I found in my mind these dickheads of the patriarchy and organized religion, and I found these bitches, this toxic feminine voices that were telling me that I couldn't be this and I shouldn't be that and I wasn't allowed. And you know what? They all got voted off the island. They are not in my mind anymore. I am free of the debt of the narrative of organized religion, patriarchy, and those bitches who told me that I wasn't allowed to be authentically me. Freedom. And, you know, let's be real. Sometimes they do kind of like hype up with a comment, but I now know my values, so I can say to the dickhead of the patriarchy, no, you don't actually get a say here. Or I can acknowledge the snickering bitches in my mind who are like, oh, you can't go out in the world like that. People are not going to believe you, or people are going to just think all these things about it. Like, shut up, bitches. You don't get a say. I am free from the inner narratives that were keeping me small, the inner narratives that I was in debt to. I am free from all of these narratives around who I need to be in order to be valued by others. And I am free from this heavy emotional story that debt is so bad and I'm not going to get ahead if I continue to stay in this debt vibration. Freedom freedom, freedom. So yeah, my friends, you log into my bank and you'll see there's some credit card debt there that I am still paying off. But I am no longer paying off any of those other debts, for I am free of them now. So you ask the universe, has Deborah had a successful year? Do we give a golden tick to freedom from debt? Oh yeah, the universe says, oh, look at you. Look what you've worked with. And thank you. Thank you for receiving what you needed. I'm sure that is what the universe would say to me if I said, hey, universe, how'd I do 2024? Universe would be like, wow, let me just celebrate the receiving of what you needed. Because I'm going to move into 2025 and I am still going to work my magic, but now from a different place. I now move into 2025 and I have less debt energetically, less debt emotionally, and I have more freedom in knowing my value and what I give to the world. Like my business is completely structured differently now. My price points are different. My projections of what I'm going to work on in 2025 are completely different. Smokey and I have aligned what our values are around money and abundance. Like that was also huge. So we move into 2025 aligned together to building our island magic dream. I mean, do I feel free from debt? Yeah, I do. I do. When I connect to the magic, when I connect to the co-creation, when I connect to what the universe really wants me to reflect on and know and see and feel for my year. So here's the invitation. The universe and me lovingly invite you into this reflection for yourself. See yourself stepping into the magical playground with your ball in your hand, and this is what I wanted in January 2024. And then see yourself throwing that into the playground, and then just stop and watch as the universe grabs that ball on your behalf and throws it back at you with all of the ways that the universe has your back in supporting you in not what you want, my friend, but in what you actually need. I wish you a reflection that feels good. I wish you a reflection that is not in the binary of I passed or I failed. And I wish you in a reflection that is not a straight line of a beginning and an end, but a spiral of discovery and exploration and expansion. For sure, we're going to hit December 31st, and they're going to wake up the next day and it'll be January 1st, 2025, and apparently it's all brand new. Yeah, it's not. It's a continuation of your magical adventure. And so whatever you've been working on in 2024, it may come with you into 2025, like mine. I will continue to work on freedom of debt, but I now see that that debt is not just the numbers connected to the balance of my credit card. I asked the universe, free me from debt, and they said, oh, okay, we can do that. And look at how much I've received. I invite you to receive everything in your reflection because the universe has been at service to you all year long. Allow the want to open the way to show you how your needs have been met. Feels so nice. I feel quite free. in sharing this. It feels really good to say out loud, I wish that for you too. Share it with a friend or your partner in how much you have achieved, how much you have received, and how much further along you are in your magical journey. Because everything that you need, the universe is ready to give it to you when we're open to receive. My friends, we are wrapping up this year with deep gratitude to the divine universe for always having our back and giving us what we need, not necessarily what we want. Deep gratitude for all of the amazing women who have lovingly stepped onto the magic stage in You Are the Magic this year. If you haven't caught all of the episodes, I invite you to play over the holidays and listening to some of these amazing stories of these women. I also wish to thank every member of the Big Life Magic Maker community. The Big Life Magic Maker community is the beating heart of Big Life Magic. And in 2025, I am doubling down on my love. That beating heart is going to get stronger. For there are magic moves already playing out in the background, which will be launched in 2025. But what I want to share with you now is this. In January, I will be inviting all magic makers across the world to join me in a 3-day activation. 3 days of the promise. The promise is more than a word and it's more than a wish. It's the promise that you are going to make to yourself for 2025 so you can continue to return to what did I promise myself? And that promise, it's not about what you want. It's actually not about what you need. The universe is going to give you what you need. You already know what you want. The promise is who are you going to be? How are you going to turn up for yourself? Because in Big Life Magic, we believe in being her, a woman who's claiming her magic, remembering that you're freaking magical. So in 2025, what are you going to promise yourself? How are you going to turn up for yourself? That's the 3-day activation happening in January. It's the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th of January. Oh, no, that's not true. I just got the dates wrong. Scratch that. It's not that. It's the 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's the full moon week. It's the first full moon in January, the first full moon in 2025. Look out for all the ways you can find that information. Everybody is welcome to join the 3-day activation. There is no barrier to joining. You're going to find your invitation either in your email inbox if you are on the Big Life Magic email list, or you're going to find it on all of the ways that we share on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook. Or if you're not on any of those platforms or not on the list yet, the beautiful magical list where I share everything in the community, then go to biglifemagic.com and you're going to see a way that you can opt in to receive all the magic news, not only for the promise, but for everything rolling out for 2025. Because here's my promise to you. I am going to continue to turn up in my full value. I'm going to continue to turn up and see the magic in you. And together, we're going to throw a whole heap of balls into the magical playground and then lovingly wait for the universe to throw them back so that we can create our own big life magic, because that's what I want for you. And I believe it's right there for you. Because, my friend, it's true. It's you. You are the magic. Thank you for sharing your time and your magic with me in the latest episode of You Are the Magic. I invite you now to stay connected to that magic within you. You may choose to connect via ATTUNE. It's a 5-day audio activation that's going to connect you to your intuition and then turn the volume of that inner guidance system up. You may also choose to become a member of the Big Life Magic Makers. It's our virtual community for women who are saying, yeah, I'm freaking magical and I want to be hanging out with some soul sisters who not only believe in their magic, but are supporting each other to activate it. There's so many ways you can support your magic today with your intuition through community by connecting to me, and I invite you to choose you and your magic now. If this episode or any of these episodes have supported you in any way, I would love your support by sharing a review on the platform that you are listening or watching on. It really helps me to get this podcast into more ears and more hearts so we can claim it as women. We are freaking magical, and we are going to activate our magic to create the changes in the world that are moving us towards more love, abundance, prosperity, and joy. Breathe it in, believe it to be true. And to you, my friend, you are the magic.